today. Oh man, they got Biden caught just like Menendez. I think they have more evidence against Biden than they have Menendez. So I'm going to go break this down, and I love how all these Democrats, even that Frankenstein ogre Fetterman, says Menendez should resign. They've got so much more evidence against Joe Biden that he took bribes than they have Menendez. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is an exciting day, guys. And you're all welcome to call in. The number toll free 1-888-GO-KANE-1 to discuss this great celebration in the news today. I'll get to this Letitia James nonsense too. Don't you worry, and a whole bunch more. All right, 10 seconds.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian.
It sure is. Oh man, what a great day in the news for Donald Trump and for MAGA supporters. And what's good for Trump is good for America. Oh man, it's so exciting. Letitia James, I'll sue him. By the way, can we dispense with the racial inequality between black and white in this country? We have a black attorney general who brings charges against Trump like every other week. We've got a black prosecutor, both women, in Fulton County with the Trump 19 bringing charges against the president. We've got a black female judge in the D.C. case, okay, going against Trump. And even the Florida case, we have a Hispanic lady judge. Women are empowered beyond imagination, and certainly women of color, as the liberals like to say. So enough of this racial stuff. Come on, let's move on. Okay, so what a great day for Donald Trump and for MAGA yesterday. This new story about the bribes that the sniffer-in-chief, Joe Biden, took, they are clear-cut. There is so much more evidence, which I'm going to break down in a bit, but there's so much more evidence that Joe Biden took bribes. There's more evidence that Joe Biden took bribes than they have that Senator Menendez took bribes, all right? This is great. And we've got all these Democrats all week long, including that ogre, Fetterman, Shrek, who said that Menendez, he should resign. Well, what about Joe? Oh, I love it. And this, yeah, I know. This is a wonderful thing. The Epic Times, which is my new favorite news source. I love the Epic Times. Here's the headline: Hunter Biden received payments from China that were wired to his father's address. So China, and this is when Joe was running for president. So China is sending money to Joe's house. I remember they went after Trump, these creeps, these lowlives, because he was renting space at Trump Tower to a Chinese bank. Oh, he's taking money from China. It's the rent. Remember, they wanted Trump out of the race because he rented space to that Chinese bank. Now we have the CCP sending money to Joe's house. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman James Comer subpoenaed and obtained 2 bank wires. Okay, now this is great stuff because the bank wires, this is evidence times infinity. This is more evidence than they have against Menendez. And by the way, do they have any wire transfers on the gold bars or the cash of Menendez? No. And even if you total up all that money, it's not as much as Joe got. Okay, so James Comer subpoenaed and obtained 2 bank wires revealing that Hunter had received payments from Chinese nationals that were sent to his father, Joe Biden, who was then running for president. Oh my goodness. Was he, and it's an interesting thing because you know what's significant about it? This is when Joe was in the basement. Doorbell rings. It's Joe. Hey, Joe, the CCP are here. The money's here. The wire transfers, upwards of $250,000, were made in July and August 2019 from Beijing and listed Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home as the beneficiary address in both cases. Now, I'll tell you this. Hunter and I are about the same age, okay? I don't know how old he is, but we're about the same age. He may be a little older, he may be a little young. I don't know his exact age. All I know is he looks like hell because he's hooked on everything. But I get money sent to me, for Steve might send me a paycheck, right? Something I'm doing. I don't have the money sent to my mother's house or my father's house because the money's mine. If I'm receiving a check, it comes to my house, not my parents' house. If a check goes to my parents' house, that's their money. In 2020, Joe Biden told Americans that his family never received money from China, other than, of course, the money they received from China. Oh, man, I did it again. I'm so excited. I stepped on the wires and unplugged my headphones. I'm so excited about this. In 2020, Joe Biden told Americans that his family never received money from China. We've already proved it to be a lie earlier this year. Yes, it was a lie. He received money to his house. Now we know that 2 wires originating from Beijing. The Chinese are very smart people. You ever known Chinese people? There's a lot of Chinese Americans. They are smart people. And these wire transfers from Beijing directly to Joe's house in Delaware, okay, this is China firming up their control over this senile old coot who's as corrupt as the day is long. The Chinese did this to hold over his head to make sure that he would do things like hand over the uranium deposits in Afghanistan to China, hand over the that military base with the thickest runways ever to withstand bombings to China in Afghanistan. They sent it to his home to increase the power over him that they have. Oh my goodness. In 2020, Joe Biden told Americans that his family never received money from China. We've already proved that to be a lie earlier this year, and now we know that 2 wires originating from Beijing listed Joe Biden's Wilmington home as the beneficiary address, and this is when he was running for president of the United States, said James Comer. Both wires, this is great news. I wonder what he did for that money, other than the things I mentioned. Both wires, they say, were sent to Hunter from Jonathan Lee, a Chinese national and CEO of the investment fund BHR. China owns all the companies in China. There's no private ownership. Like Disney has a Disney park. There's a Disneyland in China. China owns 51% of that. Disney owns only 49% of their own park because it's a communist police state. When Joe Biden was vice president, he spoke on the phone and had coffee with Jonathan Lee in Beijing and later wrote a college letter of recommendation for his children. Oh my goodness. They got him, guys. The president's a crook. What did Nixon say when he was he did the checker speech, but then when he was president, he says, the people got a right to know if their president is a crook. Remember when Nixon said that? Well, now we know. Our suspicions about this guy have now been proven as factual. Joe Biden is a crook and he's been busted. He's been caught red-handed. Now, we're going to take our first break. I'm going to open up the phones to this. And I'm going to finish up with the details of this article. I might even start it over again. It's so good and savor. I don't know. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Our number's toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. Now we have the proof. We knew he was a crook. We knew he took bribes, but now we have the concrete evidence that Joe Biden took bribes directly from Beijing. And he's so greedy that he didn't refuse it. Who takes bribes and has records of it to their house? A guy who's fearless, Joe Biden, a lifelong criminal. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
I think I got to start the story over for context. What do you guys? Should I start from where I left off, or should I start from the beginning of the story? I think I'll start from the beginning. Let's savor it. We got the proof, the receipts, the records, the transfers. Exactly. Yes. Oh, man, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, like the video and share the video on all your socials. This is an important show today. Well, thank you, Buzz. Thank you. We'll be back shortly. Oh, man. Oh, man. And, of course, if you've not already done it, order your Mighty Mega Lion. There's a link pinned in the chat if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, there's a link in the description of the video, or you can just go to the website, MightyMagaLion.com. This is available exclusively through me at MightyMagaLion.com. Order yours. Got his MAGA hat on, 45 on the side. And, you know, this Mighty Mega Lion is very high quality. We had this made with the top materials, including the stuffing inside it's very well made. Very well made and high quality. MightyMagaLion.com. Link in the description. Link pinned to the chat. Order yours. You'll love it. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, I'm going to start from the beginning of the story. Screw it. I don't care. We need to... We got to enjoy the end of the lifelong criminal career of Corn Pop's friend, Joe Biden. Absolutely. It's a great day. It's a great day, people. They got him. They got him. And I like that it dropped right after all the Democrats are out. Oh, Menendez needs to retire. Really? They have this kind of proof? Welcome, everyone, to the stream. I'd be off balance, too, if I was taking bribes like this and got busted, wouldn't you? I'd have a hard time walking up and down stairs, too. Oh, this is beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Timing is everything. Absolutely.
On 96.9 FM and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. And just in a couple of months, it'll be 47. Oh, my goodness. We got him. We got the evidence on Joe Biden. Now, before we get back to this, I want to tell you guys that, of course, the Thomas Edison of sleep, the inventor of the MyPillow, who's been a sponsor of this program for quite some time, there are just some great specials going on right now, and it's Christmas shopping season, guys. No better place to do your Christmas shopping than MyPillow.com. When you use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you know, you can save up to 80% off, 80% off. And you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com and Mike Lindell's store, MyStore.com. And you're not limited to just the specials that I talk about. I talk about my favorites and also what I consider the must-haves and things like this. But there's over 200 items on at MyPillow.com. You can take advantage of all the specials with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. But I want to talk about the Giza Dream Sheets, 100% Giza Cotton MyPillow Dream Sheets, made of 100% Giza Cotton. And, you know, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets perfectly regulate your body temperature year-round. Keeps you the perfect cool temperature during the summer and keeps you warm and snuggly during the winter months. And they come in all mattress sizes, many different colors. I have 6 sets of these, 4 regular and 2 flannel, and they're just $29.98 with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You will not find finer sheets anywhere. And one thing I tell people, well, there's 2 things about them other than perfectly regulating your body temperature all year long, and they're just so high quality. One, I've had these sheets since they first came out. And, of course, we wash these sheets all the time in hot water and dry them, and they look like the day we got them because everything Mike Lindell makes is high quality. The other thing I talk about a lot, and this is a big one too, is the fitted sheet on the bottom fits perfectly on all 4 corners of the bed. You know, other sheets, you can't get all 4 corners of the fitted sheet on, can you? You can get one on perfectly. Then you get the second one on a little bit, the third one barely, and the fourth one you're using all your body strength just to get it a millimeter over the corner of the bed, right? Not with the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. All 4 corners you can easily get on without effort with 2 fingers and a thumb. Even with the mattress topper, you just go boom, 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 and it's made. It's amazing. So go to MyPillow.com, use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, and order yours. And if you already have them, well, hey, buy some for whoever's on your Christmas list. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. I'm going to start this story over from the beginning because it's so good and juicy. I want to savor it and enjoy it. And this story is being reported in multiple sources, but I'm sharing from the Epic Times. They got Joe Biden. You know, there's a lot of people will say today, trolls and fake MAGA, we've all known about this. Anyone who tells you that is fake MAGA or just stupid, one or the other. There's a difference between knowing something and having evidence that you can take in front of a judge and present and enter into a court record and present to a jury. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So let me start this story over. Hunter Biden received payments from China that were sent to Joe's house. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman James Comer subpoenaed and obtained 2 bank wires, revealing that Hunter Biden received payments from Chinese nationals that were sent to Joe Biden, who was then running for president. I wonder if the transfers stopped when he became president. I doubt it. The wire transfers, upwards of $250,000, were made in July and August 2019 from Beijing and listed Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home as the beneficiary address in both cases. How many of you, when you have checks coming for yourself, have them sent to your parents' house? No one. In 2020, Joe Biden told Americans that his family never received money from China. We've already proved that to be a lie earlier this year, and now we know that 2 wires originating from Beijing listed Joe Biden's Wilmington home as the beneficiary address when he was running for president, said Comer on Twitter. Both wires were sent to Hunter from Jonathan Lee, a Chinese national and CEO of the investment fund BHR. When Joe Biden was vice president, he spoke on the phone and had coffee with Jonathan Lee in Beijing. and later wrote college letters of recommendations for his children, plural. The New York Post found that soon after leaving his post in the Obama administration, Vice President Biden had written college recommendation letters for Mr. Lee's son and daughter. Emails obtained by Fox News reveal that Lee had reached out to Hunter and his business partners in 2017 asking for advice for his son who was applying to Brown, Cornell, and NYU. The then president of Rosemont Seneca had FedEx Mr. Lee's son resume directly to Biden. The New Yorker in 2019 reported that Biden introduced Lee to his father in 2013 when the vice president took the trip to China, and that Rosemont Seneca, the company Hunter worked for, had signed a deal with Lee to create BHRC. I know what people are saying. So what? Took some money, did the college recommendation letters. Don't you understand? This is how criminal enterprises work. They don't come to you and say, here's a check, give us the largest deposits in Afghanistan. They start small. Okay? They do something small. Oh, my kids, they're trying to get into New York University and could you just write a letter of recommendation? You take the money, you write the letter, then they got you. Police officers, the way they run this on police officers is, this guy, he hit my car and drove off. Could you run his plate for me? And then all of a sudden the officer's done because they did something illegal. They got something over. You understand? That's how these operations work. Biden denied that he discussed business matters with his son, declined to comment on the investigation and Hunter indictment, instead referring reporters to the Department of Justice. Well, hey, listen, Justice, it's coming around. The Republican-led committee had been investigating the Biden family financial dealings, hearing testimony from whistleblowers subpoenaing financial records. A 5-year Justice Department investigation failed to bring any charges, until these whistleblowers came forward. Oh, my goodness. In 2020, after Biden was elected, Hunter announced the investigation targeting him had to do with tax affairs. Yeah, he probably didn't want to pay taxes on his dad's bribe money. This is a great day, people. We got him. We got him. This is undeniable. Undeniable. And this is only the beginning, because now people are going to be facing some jail time. They're going to be facing some charges, and their last name isn't Biden, so they'll get scared. And people will start to talk. All right, now we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. When we get back, there is more. We've only just begun with this, and it's an exciting day, a day of celebration. We'll get into this nonsense in New York with Trump as well, and a whole bunch more. My name is Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
I think you're gonna really love it.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, what a great day.
The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're off to a great start. Another unsettled day for South Florida. We're going to see widespread downpours again intermittently throughout the day, mainly this afternoon. It's an impact weather day. Ahead of those storms, very, very humid with a high of about 90. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio.
It doesn't get better than this, guys. It doesn't get better than this. Oh, yeah. America's coming back. Yeah. Yep. We'll get to that a little bit later. Trump at the with the union guys. Redemption, exactly. Exactly. No doubt about it. This is awesome stuff. Exciting stuff. We got him. If he, you know, what happened with Biden, the reason he's in trouble is, you know, he did what criminals do. Escalate, escalate, escalate. Get bigger, bigger, bigger. Do more crime, bigger crimes. And he just got carried away. If he would have just stayed as a senator his whole life, he would have been set up. But he's got 2 kids that are junkies, so the money goes fast. And they all live high on the hog. Oh, Neil. Well, thank you so much, Neil. That was nice of you to do. Oh, I was so excited to get in here today that I missed my exit. I had to go to the next exit north on the turnpike. Oh my goodness, which is really far out of the way. Ah, yes. It doesn't get better than this.
Hi, it's Kate from Well For You. Our new Jupiter showroom is now up and running and filled with awesome flooring products like comfy carpeting, waterproof luxury vinyl, and engineered wood planks. From Karastan, America's premier flooring brand, we've expanded our selection of Karastan products in both our Jupiter and Stuart showrooms. Karastan is not only the most stylish, it's the most practical.
Well, it's not the same caffeine I always have. It's the great news that has me energized.
Finish on trend-setting carpets and all pet protection. Warranties for your busy household.
Plus, I have some medication that I'm supposed to be taking, and I didn't take it today. I took it yesterday and the day before, and it kind of has a effect. So I'm going without my much needed medication for this broadcast today. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sacrificing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is exciting. My blood pressure must be high. When I'm on the air, my blood pressure gets really high when I'm on the air. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is our last commercial. We'll be back.
.com to schedule your consultation today.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right. Oh, yeah, lots of great news. Now, I'm very energetic today, and for a variety of reasons. I'm not over-caffeinated, not yet. I'm at the same amount of caffeine I normally have, but we've got this exciting news. They've got the goods on Biden, and I'll walk through how I think this very well may play out. But I'm also a little more energetic because I have some medication that I'm supposed to be taking, and I took it as I'm supposed to be taking it before the show, both Monday and Tuesday, in particular yesterday. And the medication, what it does to me, it kind of puts me in a head like Biden. I don't mean it makes me want to sniff women's hair or take bribes, not that, but it just kind of makes me a little groggy. So the last couple days I've been a little because of this medication I'm taking. So I didn't take it this morning, and that's part of the reason too. But so you guys, I'm sacrificing. There is medication that I very much need that I am not taking right now, just for you guys, for this broadcast. I know the sacrifices I make. All right, so this is just a great day. It is a great day. Now, there's a story here about Biden and the dog. Okay, CNN reporting that Joe Biden's German Shepherd commander has bitten another Secret Service agent. This is the 11th known bite by commander on the Secret Service. Now, this is my question to you guys. In my unmedicated state, which I very much need. And no, it's okay. It's okay. I just want you guys to know what I do for you guys. This is an important question I want to ask you guys. Okay, so Biden's dog has bitten 11 now. How many times would you allow a dog to bite someone before you put that dog down? I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. I'm a cat lover. I love my pets. And if a dog bites a human, as much as we love them, they have to be put down. And sadly, about almost 20 years ago, I had to do that. When my daughter was little and we moved into our house, the dog would snap at people constantly and bit a kid from across the street bad. And I've never dealt with that before. But once a dog bites, they got to go. And it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. And I'm not proud of it. You know, I'm sure I've mentioned it on the air before. I don't know if I have or not. I'm not proud of it. And I'm reluctant to even share that because it's a bad memory. But we had to do what we did. Once a dog bites a person, they've got to be put down because they cannot be trusted. Now Joe's dog. What are your thoughts on that? By the way, I'd like to hear it. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 on that. Bit a child, someone else's child. Oh my goodness, it was awful. There was blood and tears and everything. It was awful. Yeah, love that dog too. Love that dog. Now, what I'm about to tell you, explaining this about Biden's dog, I believe this also to be very, very true. His dog commander has now bit 11. 11. What kind of dog does that? Now, after Hurricane Katrina hit Orlando. After Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, that was a pretty bad storm. The local humane societies here in South Florida had gone to New Orleans and brought dogs back to South Florida. And we went to the Humane Society here in South Florida and adopted a dog from New Orleans. And it was a beautiful dog. But we didn't have the dog very long. It bonded with us immediately at the Humane Society. We brought the dog home, and the dog would sit and lay down at the front door of the house. And wouldn't leave. Rarely to go outside, to go to the bathroom, or to eat, a little bit of socializing, but the dog kept sitting and laying down at the front door. And I thought this was strange. And I actually called them at the animal shelter, and they said to me, this is a common thing with these dogs from New Orleans. We're hearing this from a lot of families, and they told me this. You know why they told me? Why do you think they told me? And then I'll tell you the real reason. I came to find out real quick. What do you think they told me was the reason the dog wouldn't leave the front door? This is what they told me. Total BS, made up thing. They said the reason the dog won't leave the front door is because these dogs were left behind. They didn't take dogs at the shelters. They didn't have enough shelter space. People had to leave their dogs behind in their apartments when they went to the shelter, and they're afraid of the floodwaters coming in and being trapped. So they're staying at the door so they can get out. Total nonsense. So then, anytime someone came to the door that was not me, my wife, or my daughter, the dog didn't bite, but would snap and bark and growl. And at first I thought, well, it's a stranger, but I thought it was a little unusual, you know. And then the dog nipped my mother-in-law in the hand, broke the skin. Wouldn't leave the door. And I talked to someone else who had also gotten a dog from the animal shelter from New Orleans, and they'd taken the dog back. And they told me the real reason. They said the reason that the dog won't leave the front door, that I have the same problem, and the reason that it snaps and bites people that come in is because these were drug house dogs that were left in the projects. The drug dealers in the projects of New Orleans trained the dogs to protect their stash. And anyone who was not in the immediate family, they would snap at or bite. And I said, well, there you go. I had a drug dog. So I took the dog back to the Humane Society. It was a difficult thing. I did not put the dog down, but I did take the dog back to the Humane Society, where I got it. And I didn't take a refund, which they did offer, but I donated it to, I said, no, the shelter needs it, the dogs need it. This was an awful thing. So fast forward to Commander, Joe Biden's dog has been 11. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, they found cocaine outside the Situation Room. This dog is a drug dog. Commander is trained to protect Hunter's stash. That's why he keeps biting people that are not in the immediate family. He's protecting the stash. I'm not kidding, by the way. This is exactly what's going on. So your thoughts on all of this certainly are welcome. Let me take some calls. But that's what's going on with Commander. And I find it hard to believe none of these people in the news, this has occurred to them. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, Brian.
Hey, Nick.
Baltimore. Hey, good morning, everybody. I wanted to just mention one thing. You could be right about that. The other thing is that he could have been abused. He could be abused by them because it is a dysfunctional family too. That's another thing.
Yeah, I imagine Hunter probably shares drugs with the dogs. That's something that junkies like that do.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to mention real quick was beginning at the top of the show about this harassment. This is all harassment of the Trump organization, the Trump family, and I think President Trump and his family, I think they should pull up and just pull out of New York and pull the Trump organization out of New York completely. It really hurt.
I don't know about that. You know, listen, we've got this monster attorney general who's as corrupt as can be. I mean, she's just a corrupt person. You know, President Trump is the Trump organization's a multi-generational business from his father to him and now to his kids. They have sacrificed and built so much in New York. Why should they walk away because we've got this punk, racist, corrupt attorney general? Forget that. I wouldn't let her run me out of town if I was Donald Trump. That's crazy.
It's not running. Well, it's just. I don't know. It really kind of irks me that they're getting away with this harassment. This is harassment and persecution. I've never seen anything like this.
I wouldn't be so sure that they've gotten away with it. They've gotten away with it so far, but Letitia James very well could find herself in a jail cell. I mean, you can't run saying I'm going to arrest and investigate people that you don't have any that have not committed crimes, and then you find crimes. That's criminal what she's done.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, I hope you're right, and I agree with you. But I just wanted to.
All right. Nick from Baltimore, it's good to hear from you. Oh, man. So we'll take our last break of the first hour and continue with what we're talking about. All right, I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you about how my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, has rid me of pain from a knee injury and arthritis pain with his laser away pain treatment. But don't just take my word for it. This is one of our callers who called me live on the radio to tell me how chiropractic physician Dr. Philip Appleton helped him with his laser away
Oh, my goodness. What do you guys think about the drug dog story? What do you guys think about that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Yeah.
Online, AppletonChiro.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary. And walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710.
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and my husband and I received our MyPillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane the other day to buy one get one free, and they're our first MyPillows, and we love them. We absolutely love them. They're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad.
We'll be back shortly. Dog's been trained to protect Hunter's stash. Mm-hmm. Oh. That dog we had was scary, the way it behaved when people came to the door. Commander? I don't know how old Commander is. All right, I'm coming back.
Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Man, we're covering so much. I know I'm going through stories quickly, but there's so much There's so much. Now, Medicare open enrollment period is coming up in just a couple of weeks. And Medicare open enrollment period, if you're a Medicare person, it's the only time of year you can make changes to your Medicare. When open enrollment's done, you're stuck with what you got for the next year. And Debbie and I Will Advisors, remember, they've been with us here on the Steve Kane Show since 93. 93, maybe 94. 93 or 4. It's been a long time, guys. But they've been with us since Clinton's first term. That's how long they've been with us here on the Steve Kane Show. And when they first joined us, Steve was about my age, and now every year they review his Medicare. So, yeah, this is a multi-generation company that we're on here. And no matter where you are in the state of Florida, Debbie and I Will Advisors can help you with your Medicare. Now, while Medicare open enrollment has not begun, you can call now and make an appointment so that you can speak with her when open enrollment begins. You know, the insurance agents get very busy once open enrollment starts, and we do this every year, and it's very helpful to people because you get your appointment, you do it all over the phone, and boom, you're all set. You don't have to worry. You're not scrambling. You're not trying to get people on the phone. It's done. And Debbie will review your policy. Make sure that next year your doctors are covered, including your specialist and primary care physicians, your prescriptions, all of that. Also, make sure that if you have a supplement, you're not paying too much for it. Or do you even need that supplement? She'll do all that for you and much, much more. Give her a call now. If you get an answering machine, leave a message. They will call you back during business hours. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Okay, so since everyone's talking about Michelle Obama running, and if you're on hold, stand by. I just want to mention something here. Michelle Obama was paid over $700,000 for a 1-hour speech in Germany. And this reminds me of when the Clintons left office and they were doing all these things. They were doing speeches for $200,000. Inflation, that's the difference. And people say, what could they possibly be saying that's worth $200,000? What could Michelle be saying that's worth $700,000? Well, yeah, I know, is that something? What we found out with the Clintons was this, that this was, the Clinton speeches was a money laundering operation, okay? You know, you pay the Clintons $200,000 to speak, and it's a way to lawfully give them the money for the political favors that they would do for you. So I'm wondering, is there something similar going on with the Obamas here? What could she possibly say that's worth $700,000 for a 1-hour event? Something stinks about that. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, what's up?
Well, I want to bring your memory back because, first of all, I don't think Joe Biden has anything to do with these dogs. I think it's just a way for him to look human instead of the evil person.
Yeah.
But if you remember, Commander is Joe Biden's second drug dog. His first drug dog was Major.
That's right.
Also bit people in the White House. Major was the dog that quote-unquote tripped Joe Biden while Joe was getting out of the shower and chasing Major around, grabbing him by the tail.
So both dogs have the same behavior, which backs up my theory that these are dogs trained to guard Hunter's stash.
Oh, I 100% believe that. And as somebody who did a brief stint in animal control, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to do. I thought you said you did a brief stint in rehab or something, and we're going to tell us a story about the drug dogs. So, what did you learn about this working in animal control?
Well, here's the thing, and drug dealers do this all the time. They get aggressive. Well, guard dogs, German Shepherds, Dobermans, Pit bulls, and then they get lions. When their stats get bigger,
lions.
To the big cat.
Okay.
Yeah. There's actually a zoo in New Jersey that have some lions that have come from that
Yeah.
situation and some dogs.
Yeah.
The only person those dogs respond to are people who feed them and people who have access to the rooms that they're guarding.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that goes.
Well.
No shock. That's no shock to me.
All right. Well, something. It's something. So we got the evidence. So Beijing, when Joe was in the basement running for president, Beijing sent $250,000 to Joe's address, to his house, when he was in the basement.
What?
Oh, you missed the first segment of the show and the second segment. You just tuned in?
Well, a couple of minutes ago.
Oh, my good. The show starts at 6 a.m.,
Well, I was working, Brian.
Come on. At this hour, you're working. At this hour of the morning, I assume half the audience are, in the bathroom, because it's morning. No, but Comer has wire transfers that show when he was running for president, when he was in the basement, he received $250,000 to his address in Delaware, directly from Beijing. Now it said it was for Hunter, but it was at Joe's house where the money came. We got him. You're speechless. I know, isn't it?
Speechless because my thought is, how did that get delivered?
Well, they said a wire transfer, so I don't know. I don't know. I've never had that kind of experience. I don't know how you wire transfer $250,000 from a foreign capital while you're running for president, accusing this President Trump of Russian collusion. My goodness, where's the press on this? And I got to tell you, I know you follow the news. You should know about this, but the news are covering this up. They want to talk about Letitia James.
Well, that story actually made me sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Heard that.
Yep. Hey, Andre, take care. I appreciate the call, all right? Have a good one. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, you caught me off guard there.
Mm-hmm.
This is Val at Boynton Beach.
Hey, what's up, Boynton Beach?
Your blood pressure issue. You're into health foods and all that stuff.
I'm not into health foods. I am not into health foods. Whatever made you think I was into health foods?
Oh, I'm talking about when you had all the nutritional products.
Well, those are supplements. I do take supplements, but I'm not into health foods. I'm into McDonald's, Chipotle, places like that. Wings Plus, chicken wings, stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing. I don't take blood pressure medicine, and I'm over a dozen years older than you. And the reason why I'm not taking blood pressure medicine is I take Q-Anol blood pressure.
Is this Al? Is this liberal Al? You sound different, Al. I thought when you called in, I thought you said Val from Boynton Beach. That's why I said Boynton Beach instead of Al. Why do you sound? There's a and I'll let people decide in the audience. Oh yeah, White Castle. I drove all the way to Orlando from Boca just to get a White Castle hamburger last year. Okay, yeah. So I'm into that. So it was worth it. It was worth it. In fact, I might do it again next weekend. I might take the Bright Line to Orlando just to get a White Castle. Listen, this I'm serious about this. Your voice sounds different. You sound different.
Well, first of all, I had back surgery six weeks.
No, I've been talking to you for decades. Okay, you're one of the longest chronics to this program. You sound like you sound sober. You sound lucid. You sound awake. You always sound a little drunk or on pain medication kind of sound. And this is liberal Al the John. I mean that, and I'm just surprised. Did you give up something?
No, actually, I'm doing quite well as far as.
You didn't kick a vice or something because you. So I'm glad. So okay. So since you're so lucid today, liberal Al, What are your thoughts? Now we've got the wire transfers. Joe Biden, while he was running for vice president, received $250,000 in a wire transfer to his home while he was campaigning from the basement from Beijing. Your thoughts?
He's a Billy Carter wannabe.
No. Billy Carter. I'm not talking about a relative. This is Joe Biden. Joe Biden was in the basement in Beijing, sent $250,000 to his house.
And it was sent to Hunter Biden, Joe.
But why was it? Oh, now he's not so lucid. I heard the slurring. Okay, it was a brief moment. No. It was sent to Joe's house. Why did they send the money to Joe's house and not Hunter's house? The $250,000.
It was sent to Hunter Biden's name.
My mother has not gotten mail in my name to her house probably in 30 years. Why would they send, if I got $250,000 coming, would it be coming to my house or my parents' house, Al?
Maybe he has a banking account.
Maybe Joe Biden takes bribes. How about that? All right. Go. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Did he not sound lucid and sober briefly? Oh, my goodness. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. He must have given up something. I don't know what he gave up. Oh, my goodness. It's a happy Wednesday. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach.
Did he sound different to you guys? I'll be right back. I got to run to the men's room. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, Al sounded different, guys. That was not his normal self. That was not his normal self. Oh, my goodness. Who sends... Oh, I got $250,000 coming. I'm going to send it to my parents' house? What the heck? Well, we only have like one White Castle in the whole state of Florida. It's in Orlando. It opened up a couple years ago. And being from Columbus, Ohio, White Castles is a big deal in Columbus, Ohio. And I had to go. In fact, I had to wait an hour to get in. to the White Castle. I drove all the way to Orlando just to go to White Castle. Well, okay, that's the thing, Eric. I did a thing about that. The White Castles you buy at like Walmart or anything in microwave, they taste exactly the same as the White Castles at the restaurant. Yeah, exactly the same. There's no difference. I did the taste test. It's exactly the same. I love White Castle. I just get the regular White Castle. No pickles, just cheese and ketchup. Although I was a little upset that they called them sliders now. We didn't know what sliders. The sliders didn't exist. I got gas today for $3.59 a gallon, and I was excited. $2 more than when Trump left office.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Gray.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. You know, I got gas today for $3.59 a gallon, and I was so happy. And I paid $2 more a gallon this morning for gas than Trump's last day of his first term, and I'm happy. That's what this guy's done to us. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. If you're just tuning in, you have missed a lot. We got the goods. We got the receipts. We got the evidence. Joe Biden took a bribe from China. Well, what else? Why else did they send $250,000 to his house while he was in the basement campaigning, running for president? Oh, my goodness. You know, Joe Biden is literally the Manchurian candidate. They didn't have to go through all that stuff that they went through in the Sinatra movie, which is a great movie that still holds up to this day. But he's the real-life Manchurian candidate. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Doug.
Man, this is fantastic. You know, what I just don't understand is they sent a check. They can't send a wire.
I must tell you, I've never had money wired to me before. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it does. I get money wired to my company, but because it goes from bank to bank. But never saw.
I'm not into all these shenanigans. Wiring, is that kind of like Zelle? Would Zelle be considered wiring? Like if you transfer money electronically through like the app?
Yeah, things are different today. I guess, that's probably what it is. It's something like that.
So Michelle Obama was paid over $700,000 to speak to people in Germany for 1 hour. What could she have said in an hour that's worth $700,000?
Well, I guess it must have been something special. 700,000 is a lot.
Well, I want to know what the money's really for. There is no way someone paid her $700,000 to just speak and for an hour. There's just no way. I don't believe that. There's more to it.
Of course, this is the way to get.
The topic was the event's webpage said roughly 5,000 would be there to hear her speak, and the topic was how to push past self-doubt while discussing the importance of inclusivity and diversity. Well, Germany used to be diverse until they killed the Jews, the gays, and the gypsies during the Second World War. But when it comes to diversity, Germany's the last place I'm going to go to and have any roundtable discussions. But what does she know about inclusivity and diversity? Obama had his birthday party. The only white people I saw at his birthday party were the servers.
This is it. But for $750,000, I'll go in there and talk about diversity too. For that kind of money, you'll do anything they want, and then things have to be paid back.
Yeah.
The one other thing I'd like to mention, this damn New York judge is another corrupt judge in New York. Unbelievable. To take his Donald Trump's license away.
Well, let's see what happens with that. Listen, Letitia James is as I was saying at the top of the show, at this point, we have got to dispense with all of this racial thing that blacks are disenfranchised in women. I want to go through these again because I want you to think about this. This thing with Trump in New York yesterday, black attorney general did this to Trump, right? We've got a black prosecutor in Fulton County that arrested President Trump and 18 associates and mugshotted him. We've got a black lady judge in the D.C. case, right? And here in Florida, while the judge isn't black in the documents case, she's a female Latina. I guess all Latinas are female, but you know what I mean? So I think if anyone is oppressed, it's Caucasian people, because black women seem to be incredibly empowered today, doing all of these things to a white president.
And totally unfair what they're doing to him. This is really sickening that a judge, I mean, a judge is supposed to be somebody who's supposed to be following the law. Instead, they just make up this nonsense. And part of
well, you know, this is the deal, okay? Democrat judges have always been crooks. You know, back in the days when the Democrat community activist organization, the Ku Klux Klan, they would lynch Republicans, black Republican men, and if it got to court, the judges would toss them out, or the jury would say they were not guilty no matter what. You know, Democrats have a long history of having corrupt judges. That's how the whole Jim Crow era was corrupt judges. So this is not new. You know, you got a Democrat judge in New York, and they're corrupt. But you know what? But judges and attorney generals are not above the law. And what you have in Letitia James is a corrupt cop. And there are many corrupt cops in prison in this country.
Yeah, but when you're a Democrat, you have a pass most of the time to not to go to jail.
I don't agree. What they've done is they've gone to if Joe Biden would have just stayed in the Senate and done crime, he would have been in the Senate for life, taking his bribes and everything else. But he took it to a whole new level with the presidency. Okay, that's why he's in trouble now. Same thing goes for Letitia James. She could be a corrupt attorney general in New York with lower level people and such. But she does this to the most popular man in the world, Donald Trump, and she's taken it to a level where too many eyes are looking at it.
Yes, it's amazing that they come out of the closet here and just show their true self. That's right. They need to be.
Yeah, well, there is. Yeah, that's right. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. You know, I want to go through this story again. And I know I went through it in the first hour, but I want to do it again because I think this is just an amazing. We'll get to this Letitia James stuff in a little bit, but this story with Joe Biden is huge. And this is the story. Okay, I lost my place. Here we are. Okay, I'm so excited. I can't contain myself. Okay. Now, Comer found this through witnesses and evidence entered into the committee. They have wire transfers. They have bank records, okay? The wire transfers of upwards of $250,000 were made in July and August 2019 directly from Beijing while Biden was running for president, and they were sent to his home while he was in the basement running in Wilmington, Delaware. We got him. Why would Beijing send $250,000? I know it had Hunter's name on it, but why does it have Joe's address? Who uses their parents' address? Children, but young children. What grown man uses his parents' address? It's because it wasn't for Hunter. It was for Joe. And the reason that the reason it's Joe's address is not just because it was for Joe. Beijing wanted to have a record of it going to Joe's house in Delaware so they could use that against him. We got you. If you don't do what we want, Joe, pull out of Afghanistan and give us those lithium mines. Pull out of Afghanistan and leave us Leave us all those updated Black Hawk helicopters with your latest computer tech in them behind, or we're going to let everyone know. Don't you understand that's how this is done? It's bribery and then it's blackmail. Hand over Afghanistan and leave all the equipment behind so we can reverse engineer it and develop weapon systems to use against yours. Or we'll let everybody know, Joe. That's why it had Joe's address on it. $250,000 is less than cigar money for the CCP. They got nothing but, if you don't let us have our spy balloons fly over all of your military installations and nuclear silo sites so we can update our aiming, our targets with our nuclear arsenal, we're going to let everyone know, Joe, so the balloons don't get shot down. Don't you understand? This is how this happens. We're going to take our first break of the second hour. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. My name's Brian. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hand. And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation.
All right, I'm going to get to the Letitia James stuff when we get back. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, guys. This is where MAGA comes to talk. This is the most pro-Trump MAGA place you'll find anywhere, certainly on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. And everyone, there's over 1,100 in the live stream, and only a handful of you have liked the video. So please like the video. That helps grow the channel too, guys. Oh. You know, Elon Musk Starlink on our cruise, Celebrity Cruise Line, our cruise line, they use Starlink. And the last cruise we were on was the first time I used Starlink. Oh my goodness, it is so good. I wonder what it would be like to have Starlink at my house. It is really good. What I have at home is probably faster because it's not satellite based, but it's amazing. I was very impressed with the Starlink. Every cruise I've been on, I use the internet, but that was the first time with Starlink, and it was unbelievably good. Well, thank you, Michelle. Isn't the president speaking today, President Trump? Yeah, that's a little expensive. Plus, in Florida, because, we have rainy season, hurricane season, there's a lot of cloud cover. I don't know how it would work during the cloud period, you know what I mean? But I was pretty impressed with Starlink. I was blown away by it. Yeah, that's expensive.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on Hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. So much hot news. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to tell people quickly, though, about Friendly Tire in Margate. I've been a customer there for about 15 years. Friendly Tire in Margate has the lowest prices on new tires you'll find anywhere. Now, he has thousands of used tires in stock, too. Thousands. Very good used tires at great prices. And his new tires, he has new tires out the door and on the road, common tires for common vehicles, some of the most common vehicles, for as low as $70 a tire. That's right, new. That's new. New tires as low as $70 a tire for some of the most common tire sizes on the road in South Florida. Isn't that something? And when I say out the door and on the road, what that means is that Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire does not charge you to balance the tire, mount the tire, or even dispose of your old tires, okay? The price he quotes you over the phone is out the door and on the road. Also, when you call, he has all the name brands you know and love too. Pirelli, Firestone, Bridgestone. He has all of them. When my daughter moved to California, we shipped her car out, but I took it to Friendly Tire first and got her 4 new Firestones. I know some people like Pirellis. I like Firestones. I think they look cool. My wife's car has run flats, and have you ever had to buy run flats? Oh, they're great until you have to buy one. Oh my goodness. Friendly Tire and Margate have affordable run flats. Oh yeah, run flats. Great deals on run flats. Okay, give him a call. He'll give you a quote right over the phone. He also does tire repairs, which other shops don't do. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. That's Friendly Tire in Margate. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Is this like the worst phone in the world?
Well, it could be.
All right, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Vicki, and I'm calling from South Carolina.
Hey, Vicki.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for the information that you put out there daily. And I wanted to also say that our president, Donald J. Trump, has got to be the best chess player there is out there. These people are playing checkers.
That's right.
Yes. We cannot take our eye off of the ball. And this has been said in almost every speech that he's made in this campaign for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a tough guy. Who could stand up against this? 4 arrests.
No way.
And now they're trying to take his whole business away from him in New York.
Well, absolutely. They'll do anything, just like we've been saying. They'll do anything.
Well, whatever, but everything they do, see, they're so stupid. You know, Letitia James is terrified that there will be a special counsel in President Trump's second term investigating her. And that's why, and so these evildoers have been doing crime big time. They're getting panicked, so they're trying to bring him down, and so they're in an anxiety state, and they're making very poor decisions.
Gravy train, because their gravy train is about to end in an explosion.
Well, you know, going after President Trump's properties and everything in New York City, that's so far over the line. That is personal. That's like going after his children.
Well, absolutely. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is, like, we must keep our eye on the ball, because he does have the hand of God on him in some way to bring this all for everyone, without a doubt. And who is Peekaboo Letitia?
That's right. That's right. Well, good. It's good to hear from you. Thanks so much. All right. All right. MAGA forever. Okay. So President Trump, on Letitia James, I'm gonna share with you this. President Trump released a statement on Truth Social that I'm going to share with you. This is, and it's labeled here. He posted this on True Social. Statement by the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, you got to update that. It's a statement from the 45th and 47th President of the United States. Okay, well, it will be soon. And this is what President Trump said. The widespread radical attack against me, my family, and my supporters has now devolved to new un-American depths at the hands of a deranged New York State judge doing the bidding of a completely biased and corrupt prosecutor, Letitia James, who ran for office based on Get Trump. Before even knowing anything about me, today's actions, this is what she did yesterday. If you're on hold, stand by. I'll get to the phone shortly. Today's actions is a refutation of my status as the leading candidate for President of the United States, including with a substantial lead over Joe Biden. It is a terrible reminder that the radical left Democrats will stop at nothing to try to prevent me and the American people from winning the 2024 presidential election. Regardless of party, we cannot let this happen in the United States of America. As my lead in the polls over Joe Biden continues to skyrocket, these corrupt and highly political prosecutors and judges are getting more and more desperate and dangerous. We are rapidly becoming a communist country. This is President Trump's statement after Letitia James's move yesterday with this corrupt judge that I'm reading. Let's see. I lost my place. Let me go back. As my lead in the polls over Joe Biden continues to skyrocket, these corrupt and highly political prosecutors and judges are getting more and more desperate and dangerous. We are rapidly becoming a communist country, and my civil rights have been taken away from me. The New York State Attorney General went before a highly politicized Democrat judge who refused allowing the case to go to the commercial division where it belonged, to simply rule, despite all of the evidence to the contrary, that I committed fraud, which is both ridiculous and untrue. As an example, this Democrat operative valued Mar-A-Lago, the most spectacular and valuable property in Palm Beach, Florida, to be worth as low as $18 million, when in actuality it could be worth almost 100 times that amount. And let me tell you, because I know a little bit about Mar-A-Lago, Mar-a-Lago is the largest home in Florida that has someone living in it. The largest is Vizcaya in Miami, which is a museum. Okay? And in Mar-a-Lago, which will, if it's not already, will be declared a national landmark. And when he says it's worth 100 times that, it's a priceless property. And the real estate it is on in Palm Beach, it's indescribable as to how great and the best location in Florida that it has. This is a long statement. I'm almost done, but I lost my place again. Hold on. Okay. All right. He hated this is the judge, he's talking about here is the judge. He hated everything about me at a level I have never seen before, even beyond the hatred of that displayed by Letitia James. There was no trial and no jury for the supposed wrongdoing of fully paying back sophisticated Wall Street banks in full, with interest, with no defaults, and with no victims. These banks were represented by the largest, most sophisticated law firms in the country. This is Democrat political lawfare. That's a word I've never seen, lawfare. And by the way, it's one word, no hyphen there. And a witch hunt at a level never seen before. It is an attempt to badly injure the opposing party's leading, by far, political candidate. Nothing like this has ever happened in our country before. My civil rights have been violated, and some appellate court, whether federal or state, must reverse this horrible un-American decision. If they can do this to me, they can do this to you. No doubt. Okay, if you're on hold, stand by. I'm late for the break. We'll be back with your calls after this.
Making morning radio great again.
Oh, man. That was a great statement he made, wasn't it? The Biden thing and yeah.
The Biden thing, but what they did to Lindell, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they're cutting him
Good
off,
morning,
but
everybody.
his
Hope you're
company.
off to a great start. Another unsettled day for South Florida. We're going to see widespread downpours again intermittently throughout the day. Mainly this afternoon. It's an impact weather day.
Great.
Ahead of those storms, very, very humid with a high of about 90. I'm WPVF 25 First Warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Oh, welcome everyone. Welcome. Oh, if you've not already done it, order your Mighty Maga Lion. What a great day to order your Mighty Maga Lion today. There's a link pinned in the chat. There's one in the video description. MightyMagaLion.com. It's got a MAGA hat on. 45. You can see the tail. Isn't that cool? Very high quality too. Very well made, very high quality inside and out. So order yours, okay? Yes. Keep them right over here for good luck.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC's dinner and comedy show season is coming up with amazing events live in the paddock. Enjoy an amazing dinner. Notre Dame football Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz on
Exactly.
Wednesday, October 4th. Or see the Rat Pack now on Friday, October the 20th. Let It Be ultimate tribute to the Beatles on November 17th. Plus, December features Andrew Dice Clay, Jackie Martling, memories of Elvis, and much more. For more information or buy tickets,
Exactly. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you know, Liberal Al's call at the time, he usually sounds like drunk. You know, Liberal Al. He sounded, I didn't even recognize his voice. I've been talking to that guy for years. He's been calling the show since before I was a part of it. And I've got a good ear for voices. Awesome. I'm waiting for them to arrive. As soon as they arrive, we'll send them out. They've not arrived yet. But when they do, we'll send them out. Oh, it's priceless. It's priceless. First off, it's the best. Mar-A-Lago is on a massive piece of property. And he's got property. You guys, you know, maybe if the weather is nice this weekend, if it doesn't rain on Saturday, I'll ride the MAGA scooter and give you guys a tour. Haven't done that in a while. Well, Mary, you had to have seen it because I deleted the video. So those of you that saw it live, you know what happened. Yeah, it's going to be raining today.
This is John from Lighthouse Medical Center, CFO and Director of Neuropathy. We want to welcome you to Lighthouse Medical Center. It's our 75th anniversary. We've been able to help a lot of patients. We want to be able to help you with your neuropathy issues as well. If you have numbness, burning, pain, tingling, lack of sleep, or balance issues, please come see us and let us help you with that problem. There's hope out there for you. We've had thousands of patients come through Lighthouse Medical Center. Being able to see the quality improved in their life and being able to help them and their family has been a blessing to us and a blessing to them, and we look forward to doing that for the next 75 years. We don't just treat neuropathy at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have a specialized knee pain program with non-surgical solutions for bone-on-bone and knee pain issues. We also treat chronic back pain, hip, and shoulder pain. Call for a free consultation with us today. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Not for me. I've got an extremely busy day today. There's over 1,100 in the live stream, guys. Make sure you like the video. And if you're not subscribe. All right, callers on hold, stand by. Only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. I'm going to take the calls in the order in which they were received. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill from Sanford.
Hey, Bill.
Let me tell you, you are so right on this Trump. This guy is being prosecuted because he's successful. He was successful during that time. He was not a politician before he became president. He achieved taxes to the city of New York, to taxes to the state of, and they ought to put a statue of him in Wall Street in Albany for all the...
Well, first off, everything, listen. Okay, so, all right, hold on. Okay, anything that Trump owns, okay, is more valuable because he owns it, all right? You know, because he's a brand and he's a famous celebrity. And as far as these properties and their valuation that's done for mortgages, this is common sense. I mean, I hate to even share this because I don't want you to think I don't believe you and the audience understand this. But, you know, if I go to the bank and want a mortgage on my home, I can't go to the bank and say my home's worth $5 million and they give me that. They send out an appraiser. And by the way, the appraisers are independent of the bank and of the owner so that there's impartial appraisals done. They send out an appraiser who appraises the property, and then they go back to the bank and say this is what the property is worth, and the bank tells you what they'll give you a loan for. So the banks, the appraisers they sent in are the ones that have appraised the Trump property. You know, the microphone, I have a microphone I use at home for my podcast and stuff. You know, that's the same microphone that Rush Limbaugh used on the air. Same microphone. Which microphone's worth more money?
Yeah, I beat him by him.
Why?
Because it was
because Rush talked into it. Yes, Rush touched it. He spoke into it. It may have some of his, you know, DNA on it still, but because it's the exact same microphone, but because Rush used it, it's worth. Same thing with Trump. If you know, Mar-a-Lago's priceless because Trump owns it. If I owned Mar-a-Lago, it would still be worth millions of dollars, but it wouldn't be priceless. Because Trump's a brand.
You hit the nail on the head when you said that about the appraisals, because I was in the loan business for a while, small loans with household finance, made real estate loans, car loans. It's done by the appraisal. You can't convince, you can't tell a bank, hey, you're wrong. This car is worth $7,000.
Exactly.
It only comes in at $5,000.
Exactly.
So but you can't defraud them for that. And the interest, and they also charging him with getting favorable interest. Well, he was not a risk because he paid everything back.
Mm-hmm.
If you got look at all the credit ratings that are out today, and the banks make loans, maybe not like in 100 millions like Trump, but they make it based.
But you know what? This is now here's the thing. Everybody knows this. The judge knows this. Letitia James knows this. But still, they went after him.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Him for being successful. That's it. Period. That's what they're doing.
That's correct. All right, take care. Appreciate the call. Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia.
How are you?
All right.
Good. Well, a couple things. I'm holding my breath because nothing's been done about Hunter. I know Jack Maxey. I've had him come and speak. He has a laptop. He took it and did the forensics on it in Switzerland. When he went over there, he brought it back. He gave it to Matt Gaetz and everybody else up there, and they sat on it for, what, a year and a half? I'm just going to repeat what he said. He said they're all grifters, and they will do nothing with it. And I happen to agree with him. Nobody's going to jail. So I give up.
Listen. If you have a standard of someone named Biden going to jail, you're going to be disappointed. No one's named Biden is going to go to jail. However, there's lots of justice that's happening here. You know, this is making it much easier to bring the greatest president ever back to the White House in 2024, and that's justice. You have to change your standard of victory on this.
Okay. The other part of this is that if you want Trump to win, and I'm being very serious about this, you have to get involved on the local level. Find the Republican Assembly, speech, whatever. Work on election integrity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I agree with you with all of that, Cynthia, but I want to kind of keep focused on what's in the news today. And, you know, this wire transfer, see, the Chinese, it's a $250,000 wire transfer in Hunter's name, but it was done with Joe Biden's Delaware address while he was running for president and was in the basement at that address. And see, this is so significant. I was talking about this in the last hour. The reason it was done that way is so Beijing had blackmail over him. So they could, you know, when the balloons are flying over, we're going to fly our spy balloons over all of your military bases in America, and so that and your missile silos, so we can retarget our arsenal of nuclear weapons aimed at your country more accurately. And if you bring down our spy balloons, we're going to let everyone know we sent this money to your house, Joe. That's why they did that. The president is not only a crook, now we've got the evidence of the bribe, and this is big.
Yes, I agree. And I think it's good, but I don't trust Comey. And, you know, this is how I look.
This isn't up to Comey. These guys are done. This isn't up to Garland. It's not up to Comey. It's not up to any of them.
I didn't mean that way. What I meant was, and I want everybody just to think, it's great. Call your representatives, call your Senate, say you want action. But remember Trey Gowdy? We loved Trey Gowdy because he was out there doing his thing and having his little investigations and all that, and nothing came of it. Now, maybe something will come of this, and maybe it will happen, but we still have to...
Something has... Oh, my gosh. Cindy, I'm going to move on because you're depressed, but thanks for the call. Oh, my goodness. Something is happening. It is happening. We got him, guys. We got him. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
No.
Yes, you're on the air.
Oh, okay, thank you. I hate to get back to the house, to Mar-A-Lago, but along with the post, Eric Trump posted several homes that were 1/30th the size of Mar-A-Lago.
Yes.
So I guess the New York judge just dumped the property price in Palm Beach.
No, yeah, you're right. I saw that. I'll pull it up. Yeah, Eric Trump, who was pretty upset. Eric Trump basically... is running the Trump organization in New York, would be my guess. And what Eric Trump did was show the local real estate listings in the Mar-a-Lago neighborhood, and President Trump put this on Truth, and this is what Eric Trump said. These homes, and he shows some below, these homes are about 1/30th the size of Mar-a-Lago, not on the beach, let alone the beach in the Intercoastal, don't span from one side of Palm Beach Island to the other. And then he lists them. Here's the first one. This is not even on the beach. $40 million. And there's two others, not even on the beach. $39 million. And the judge is saying Mar-a-Lago's worth how much? Like $8 million or something ridiculously stupid. This is insane.
Those properties just went down to $995,000.
Oh, exactly. I know. This is just stupid. Nobody buys this. This judge they must have something on this judge to do something this insane.
That's insane. It totally is. I mean, the place is palatial. It's a palace. I mean, ugh.
Yeah.
Let the people of Palm Beach thank that judge in New York for dumping their property.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? I'm sure a lot of yeah, that's true. Take care. That's a good point. That's a good point. The judge is depressing the property values in Palm Beach with all these New Yorkers who winter here. Let's see. I'm taking these calls in the order in which they were received. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Carlos, Latino for Trump.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? I'm just going to second that lady that called and said that to keep the eye on the ball, and Trump said the same thing.
Yeah.
God to protect the president, our next president, Donald John Trump.
Yes.
Win again and just keep the eye on the ball and just vote for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Appreciate the call. And there's a lot of people who are very nervous right now. Now, we're going to take our last break of this hour. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number is 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Hey, it's 2 men in a truck.
Good morning. I'm man number 1.
Hey, the judge from New York is lowering house prices in Florida. Can they do it for ours too?
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see, where is that?
I'm so glad you're here. My last movers caused me a lot of grief. Now I can relax.
We move people forward. Find us at twomenpalmbeach.com and twomentreasureplace.com.
Oh.
Are you exhausted after work with no energy left in the tank to give your family? Are you having a midday crash on a daily basis? Women, are menopause symptoms
Exciting news, guys.
anxiety and depression making your daily life feel far more difficult than it should? Men, do you feel like you're aging?
No, they had to register. They registered the transfer with a address.
In the bedroom? Then take action and let our medical team at Lighthouse Medical Center help you stop the symptoms that are holding you back. We use all natural hormone optimization therapies with precision technology to help solve your problematic symptoms. Our family-owned practice has had the honor of serving our South Florida community for over 71 years.
This is what Comer said. It listed Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home as the beneficiary address in the wire transfers.
Call us at 754-222-6642 or visit us at lighthousemedicalcenter.com to schedule your consultation today.
Hey guys, it's your girl Samantha Ramrine from Car Accident Referral Services. All of your car accidents, slip and fall, and workers' comp needs. We cover the entire state of Florida. What makes us so different than any other law firm out there is our network of attorney will take 25%. That's right, 25%. Not 33 to third, not 40%. Our network of attorney will take 25% up to a $1 million settlement. We are putting up to 15% more money into your pocket.
What a great day.
954-249-5858. That's 954-249-5858. Let us treat you like family and let us put more money into your pockets. Again, we cover the entire state of Florida. Car accidents, slip and fall, workers' comp, 954-249-5858. That's 954-249-5858. Don't forget to check out our nonprofit Bowtie Kids. Please look them up at bowtiekids.com. We take care of kids with chronic pain under the age of 18. Thank you so much.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that would make food water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
How exciting. Here we go.
On the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. If you're just tuning in, I'll recap later, but just in short summary, we got Joe Biden. We have the evidence. Beijing busted. He was busted receiving money directly from Beijing to his home while he was running for president. So this is great stuff. Now, if you're on hold, stand by. I want to talk about the Thomas Edison of sleep, the inventor of the MyPillow, Mike Lindell. Now, remember, you can use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, on all the specials at MyPillow.com and Mike Lindell's other website, MyStore.com. Not just the ones I share. I share what I consider the best deals and the must-haves. I want to talk briefly about the MyPillow 6-piece towel set. Two quick stories that are just amazing about these towels. I have two sets of these. I have the blue and the white ones. A couple weeks ago, I'm getting ready to do a YouTube live stream from my house. I got this huge cup of coffee with no lid on it. Here at the radio station, I have a lid, so if I spill it, it won't get on the equipment. I bumped into the wall. I dropped the entire cup of coffee on the floor, and it was a tall cup of coffee. It was like 16 ounces of coffee all over the floor. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Well, it was right outside the guest bathroom. I reached in the guest bathroom, grabbed the MyPillow towel, by the way, the white one, and I just dropped it on top of the coffee on the floor. 16 ounces of it. It soaked it all up immediately. I picked up the towel. The floor was bone dry. And guess what? The towel wasn't dripping. You know what I mean? When you have a lot of water, this was coffee with creamer in it, how the water will drip out of a towel. And the MyPillow towel, it held everything. It absorbed it and held it. It was like a Bounty paper towel, but different. It was amazing. And then I thought, oh man, my wife's going to kill me because I used the white towel. So I threw it in the wash, and I did the live stream. Came back, threw it in the dryer, and it all came out. It didn't even stain. So after the MyPillow towels are amazing. Towels that actually work is what Mike Lindell says. And the normal price for the 6-piece towel set is $109.98. With our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, just $39.99. That's right, just $39.99. And if you already have them, they make great Christmas presents. Best place to do your Christmas shopping is MyPillow.com with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Louise, the mask lady.
Oh, how you doing? You must be excited because masks are coming back.
Yeah, now I see people even in Walmart.
I know.
Well, I know several people who've gotten COVID, but that's beside the point. They said it was horrible and they were youngish. Anyway, I want to mention with the Trump situation, I'm not that well versed in these matters, but why would anyone want to inflate their income or inflate their homes? Because to me, you're going to be paying more taxes, more insurances, more. I don't get it.
The only reason you would do that is if you were committing fraud.
Would you want the banks?
No.
Perhaps the government to get a wind of this?
No. You wouldn't. It inflates your property taxes bigly.
Of course, bigly as President Trump.
That's right.
So this is what I don't understand even the logic of it. How would he do that?
See, Letitia James and others have been very corrupt with President Trump. And with his poll numbers, seeing him coming back, they're afraid of special counsels appointed by him investigating them. So they're doing all these crazy Trump derangement, anxiety-induced panic attack moves like Letitia James did yesterday. And it's just stupid of them. It's absurd.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, if anything, you want to depreciate. When you do your taxes, your home is depreciating.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
That's right.
I know that's what I've done through the years, or my accountant.
Yep.
The Biden thing, the only thing, God forbid he's impeached, we want Kamala? What the? Kamala?
Well, I don't want either of them. But what I want is Trump back in 2024, and this is all going to make it much easier.
Oh, I hope so. Well, Brian, you and I didn't speak to Steve, but tell him no.
Okay. Okay, I will. He's listening now. All right, take care. Oh well, I've turned her over. She used to hate me. Now she's calling me hun and all this. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Is it me? This is Frank Capitelli. I don't know if I'm on.
It's you. It sounds like you.
Okay. The reason why I'm calling is because I wrote a patriotic melody about Donald Trump.
Okay. You want to sing it a little bit?
Well, I don't want to sing it, but I can tell you I have it on YouTube, and we get a lot of reaction from it. And it's an actual song about Donald Trump.
Oh, you're calling in for a free commercial. You know, commercials cost money on this show. People pay good money to advertise on this show. Why don't you sing it? If you sing it, maybe we can promote it. Do a little trade. You can sing and entertain the audience, and then we can give out the YouTube channel.
Okay, let me think. I'm nervous right now. Okay, good.
Don't be nervous.
Yeah, I am a little. I didn't sing the song. I had somebody else sing.
Oh, now you're okay. All right.
I wrote the song. I had somebody else sing the song. But I want to tell you that it's on YouTube.
No. You didn't sing it, so all right. Appreciate the call. You didn't sing it, so you don't get to promote the channel. That was the deal. Oh my goodness. That's right. Oh my goodness. So for those that are just tuning in, I want to go through this story again on Biden. We got him. Comer's got him. This is from the Epic Times. I have time to read through this before the top of the hour. House Committee, this is on in the Epic Times, but this is reported in other sources. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman, Representative James Comer, obtained 2 bank wires revealing that Hunter had received payments from Chinese nationals that were sent to his father, Joe Biden, who was then running for president. The wire transfers of upwards of $250,000 were made in July and August 2019 directly from Beijing and listed Joe's Wilmington, Delaware home as the address in both cases. And the person that sent them, Joe has talked on the phone with, had coffee with, and wrote letters of recommendation to colleges. This Lee character, Jonathan Lee's his name. And the thing about all of this, I'll just give you a summary of it, then we'll break at the top. Steve will be joining us after the top, and we'll take more calls. This is beautiful. We got him, guys. We've got the evidence. We've got the receipts. We've got the wire transfers. We've got the bank records. We got him. That's right. So Hunter is the money launderer. He's the laundromat, right? The money was sent to him, but it had Joe's address on it. So the first thing I was explaining is, why is that? It's because Beijing wanted to have that to hold over him. Now, I give an example as to why. Let's take Afghanistan. Biden pulled out of Afghanistan and gave China 3 things. One, that air base that we had that's not far from China, that was a spy base for us on China, that has those extra thick runways that can't be bombed out of, remember what I'm talking about? That's one. He gave China the lithium mines of Afghanistan for their electric battery business. And more importantly, he gave them our military tech. Those Black Hawk helicopters have been around for a long time, but the ones that were left behind in Afghanistan by Biden for the Chinese to have are new with the most updated weapon systems and computer systems we have. So China reverse engineers them, probably better than what they have, and upgrade what they're using, but also develop defenses and attack weapons to counter our weapon systems that Joe gave to them when he left the Black Hawks behind in Afghanistan. And China, this is what happens. China says, hey, Joe, if you don't give us those lithium mines and those Black Hawk helicopters, we're going to let the world know that we sent that money to your house while you were in the basement campaigning for president. You know, those spy balloons not only flew over our missile silos and military bases from sea to shining sea across the entire continent and were allowed to continue and not shot down by Biden, but they flew over very particular parts of the bases, tracking where our stealth fighters and bombers are located, exactly to the millimeter where our missile silos are, et cetera, et cetera. This is information that the Chinese are using to retarget their missiles that are aimed at the United States. Joe Biden couldn't shoot those balloons down because they've got this on him. Now, it started with Joe just giving college recommendations to the guy's son and daughter. But the reason that is is whenever they come after you and bribe you to do something, they start small. They don't start by saying, give us the weapons technology and the Black Hawks, give us the lithium mines of Afghanistan. They start with something almost innocent. They give you some money, and then you write the college recommendations for the kids. Then they got you. They got you. You're taking money from the Chinese government, the CCP. It's a minor thing, and it wouldn't look good, but they got you. You did it. So next time, they upgrade, they upgrade, they upgrade. Now we got the Manchurian candidate, Joe Biden, who gave them Afghanistan, all those things I've listed, allowed 2 spy balloons from China over this country. China's been buying up land around our military bases to spy. They had that CCP police station, not just in New York, but in other cities that are spy centers with their version of the CIA throughout the country. China is bringing the fentanyl across the southern border into the United States, and they've got all this blackmail material on Joe, and believe me, it's more than this $250,000 wire transfer. And he can't do it, and they got this over him. This is a compromised president, and they got the proof now. All right, we're going to take our break for the top of the hour. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Steve will be joining us after the top. I'm Brian. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE 1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll take our break for the top and be back with your calls and Steve Kane right after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown.
Oh. Oh, man. Boy, oh boy, guys. It's a great day.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, our True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
No accidents are reported at this time on the expressways, but some slow traffic on 95 north and south on the West Palm area.
Mm-hmm.
Delays now on 95 heading northbound from here to Boca. As for the service, please quite a few incidents at this time. One crash on Forest Hill Boulevard at Sherwood Forest Boulevard. Another on Greenbrier Boulevard at Appaloosa Trail. Another on Happenings over to Jog Road. Another incident on Seminole Pratt Whitney, which is south of Persimmon. And another crash on Loxahatchee on Southern Boulevard at Farmers Park.
Oh, yeah. This is just a minor one. There's bigger ones than this, I promise you. $250,000 Hunter could spend on the weekend on blowing hookers. He could do that on a Saturday night.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC is the county's only OTB location, featuring betting action from top horse tracks around the country. See, bet, and win on great races in our incredible paddock restaurant with over 140 new HD TVs, big screens, exceptional eats, and full bar. The paddock is also your best bet for special events, comedy, music, and dinner shows.
I got a haircut about a week ago. Yeah, doesn't Swalwell own a plane, a private plane? Is that Swalwell that has the plane? What happened? Greed. They've always been sleaze. Biden probably learned it from his dad. American greed.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News Now, I'm Tom Rivers. A New York judge has ordered a partial summary judgment in the state's business fraud lawsuit against Donald Trump's namesake company for grossly inflating the value of his properties to get better loans and grossly devaluing those same properties for tax purposes. The judge immediately revoked Trump's New York business license at the International Space Station.
Undocking confirmed. Physical separation confirmed.
Call from NASA as a Soyuz capsule undocks from the ISS to begin its return to Earth with American Frank Rubio after spending a record 371 days in orbit, what was supposed to be a 6-month stay. Azerbaijan says 192 of its soldiers were killed, 511 wounded. Its military takeover of the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region. Earlier, Nagorno-Karabakh officials backed by Armenia reported at least 200 killed in action and over 400 wounded. This is ABC News.
Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and experts ratings and reviews. And now, we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and go service instantly. You can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Kerr.
All right, and it's a great day. I'm Brian. Steve joining us. Oh, well, we got him, Steve. Joe Biden. He's in trouble now. Oh. Well, you should put it with the addition of the Steve Kane Show. I've gone through this in 6 several times, but I'm happy to do it again because it's such great news. I want to read through the article again, okay? Now, I'm reading from the Epic Times, which is, by the way, which is available in print. You should subscribe to the Epic Times and have it delivered to your house. This is the first in my life I have never paid 10 cents to view news on the internet, but I subscribe to the Epic Times online. I've never paid for it. It's so good. But anyway, it's all the conservative news that they don't print anywhere else. And they should be advertising on the show. But I'll read through this story again. Any opportunity to read through this story again, I'm going to take it because we got Joe Biden, Steve. We got Joe Biden. So here you ready for it?
I'm listening.
Okay, now this is for those of you that are just tuning in. And here's the headline. This is the 4th time I've read this morning on the air, by the way, and it never gets old. Here's the headline. Hunter Biden received payments from China. They were wired to Joe's address. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman James Comer obtained 2 bank wires revealing that Hunter Biden received payments from Chinese nationals that were sent to his father, Joe Biden, who was then running for president. The wire transfers of upwards of $250,000 were made in July and August 2019 directly from Beijing and listed Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home as the address. So let me stop there before we go into the next part. So this is when Joe was running for president from the basement. While he was in the basement, they were that's the address, okay, that China did this. In 2020, this is Comer talking. In 2020, Joe Biden told Americans that his family never received money from China. We've already proved that to be a lie. And now we know 2 wires originating from Beijing listed Joe's Wilmington home as the address when he was running for president of the United States. Both wires were sent to Hunter Biden by name from Jonathan Lee. Jonathan Lee is a Chinese national and CEO of the investment fund BHR. This is the CCP. When Joe Biden was vice president, he spoke on the phone and had coffee with Jonathan Lee in Beijing and later wrote college letters of recommendations for his children. And they were applying for Brown, Cornell, and NYU, and he did write the recommendation letters. And I was talking, Steve, when they go to blackmail public officials and cops, they start with something small and innocent that they pay you to do. Then they got you, okay? The New Yorker in 2019 reported that that Mr. Biden introduced Mr. Lee to his father in 2013. So Joe has known this guy for a decade. When Biden, as vice president, took the trip to China, and that Rosemont Seneca, that was Hunter's company, signed a deal with Lee to create this investment firm, BHR, which has come up many times over the years. President Biden has repeatedly denied that he discussed business matters with Hunter, declined to comment on the investigation, and referred reporters to the Justice Department. The Republican, so it goes on and on. So this is what happened, Steve. This is just, by the way, one, and I'm sure this is one of the smaller transactions, because $250,000, that's a Saturday night at Scores in New York for Hunter. But $250,000 doesn't go far with this family. Hunter's the money launderer. He receives all the money and they divvy it up. But Beijing, the CCP, used Joe's home address where he was running for president from in the basement so that they could connect it to Joe to hold over him for blackmail. This is beautiful. Do you get it now? That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. That's it. We got Joe receiving the money from Beijing. Well, there's many things. He gave China he gave China our military hardware in Afghanistan. He gave China the lithium mines in Afghanistan. He gave China our military base, which was a spy center in Afghanistan, not far from the Chinese border. He allowed their 2 Chinese spy balloons to fly over. Yesterday, when he went and talked to the union guys, which I'll tell you about in a minute, that was fake yesterday. That meeting with the union people on the picket line was fake yesterday. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But here, he's putting the American auto workers out of work by trying to change the laws to require us to drive electric vehicles made in China. So he's doing all these quid pro quos every 6 seconds for China, nonstop. So they're getting a lot for their money. So we got him. He's done. He's done. And that's a good thing. I can tell you're impressed, Steve, with all my research this morning. I'm so happy. I'm up at 2 a.m. doing this. Let me tell you, the rest of the media I know are talking about Letitia James. That's nothing. This is the story today. We got Joe Biden. We got the proof. We've got the proof. And this is not by accident. He's been set up by China so that this could come out. So they've got there's with what I just shared with you is more evidence of receiving bribe money by Joe Biden than they have evidence against Menendez. They got money and they got the gold bars with Menendez, but I don't see any wire transfers, right? You know, I know they got some text discussion about the Mercedes that the wife had, but they don't have any gold or cash transfers with Menendez. I've seen nothing released about that. They just want to know where he got the money. He said he's been stashing money away for years. There's this one story is more evidence of bribery by Joe Biden, many times more, 100,000 times more evidence than they have against Menendez. And all week long, all the Democrats, including Shrek, Fetterman, have been demanding Menendez resign, okay? And they got no evidence on that guy, really. Biden, we got him. So let me open up the phones. This is a beautiful day, people. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. Our number is 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. Now, I think President Trump is speaking today. I'm not sure where or exactly what time. If anyone has that info, call in and let us know. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Lisa from Pompano.
Hey, Lisa. Great day.
want very good. I hope you're all fine. I happen to, I watch you on YouTube, Brian and Steve. Well, Brian, but anyway, because my channel is mostly all Trump stuff, anywho, this morning it came up when Kevin, and I don't know if someone brought this up earlier, with Kevin McCarthy when he came out of,
Yeah.
and did you see all that? Yes?
Well, tell me what you're referencing about it. I don't know.
It's all about this, and because then he said, and they had different speakers, different people from wherever they represent, about the Comers, all about that, and that also, and that Kevin McCarthy said this, that the money that was brought in, it was sent to Biden's, the Delaware, and then they referenced Hunter's book, whatever the name of the book was, I don't know, but that at that time Hunter was living in California, according to his book.
Well, here's the thing, okay? The China used the address so that they could use it as blackmail against Joe. So they could connect Joe to receiving the money, even though the name on the transfers was Hunter. And believe let me tell you, out of all the different types of people I've known in my life, the smartest people I've ever known are Chinese people. They really are. I've never known people. I remember when I was learning long division, there was this Chinese girl in my class, and I forgot her name, Ho something. I forgot her name. Not the Vietnamese guy, but Po Manchu was her name. Po Manchu was her name, and she probably runs Google or something now. She was doing long division when we were still learning subtraction, and and some of the wealthiest people I know in my life are originally from China and are here. Yeah, so Beijing, the trail on this wire transfer is directly from Beijing to Joe Biden's address is not an accident.
But it's greed. It is all greed. And you guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, we got him, guys. And Letitia James, I saw her yesterday. She looked scared. Letitia James looked very nervous, Steve. Did you see Letitia James? Oh, my goodness. She came and announced this thing against Trump. She was in the midst of an anxiety attack that she was trying to conceal, but I picked up on it. All right, listen. We're going to take our break. When we come back, we'll take some more calls, and there's much more to share as well. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
By treating the knee pain with laser, treatment is simple and no side effects. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help you with.
Any joint I can do, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Now you can rediscover paradise with Margaritaville at Sea, the only cruise line offering sailings from the port of Palm Beach to Grand Bahama Island. Relish a cheeseburger in paradise at the open-air burger bar. Relax your senses at the Saint Somewhere Spa, or revitalize the night with live musical performances and refreshing Caribbean breezes
mypillow.com and use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and buy your MyPillow 2.0. Right now, buy one, get one free. You can also order by phone, toll free, 800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen to the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Garrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world on KFLA.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. Steve is here. You know, I was listening to my recorded interview there during the break with Dr. Appleton. I just want to add a couple things to that. You know, Dr. Appleton has rid me of pain 5 times, both from injuries and accidents on my skateboard to just arthritis from, you know, and it's worked and rid me of pain all 5 times. But the first time in particular that I want to talk about was my knee pain. I had so much pain in my knee, and it was for many, many years. And it was the kind of pain that was so bad that I was on the verge of tears and would fall asleep. It would make me go to sleep. When I was on the show, it was difficult. For many years, I leaned on I had a chair next to me, and I would lean on the chair to take the weight off my right leg because it was my right knee pain. I had 2 treatments with Dr. Appleton for my knee pain. After the first treatment, the next day, about 40% of the pain was gone after years of suffering. That was on a Friday. I went back, first time I went was Thursday, woke up Friday, 40% of the pain was gone. I went in for a follow-up treatment on Saturday. Sunday, the pain was gone and it has not returned. It's been over a year. So Dr. Appleton, his laser away pain treatment works. He's my chiropractor, and he wants to be your chiropractor too. And remember, there are no drugs, no injections, no downtime, and no pain. It's completely painless, the laser away pain treatment. Give him a call. Remember, appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. You can find him online at AppletonChiro.com or call 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. All right, you want to go to the phones? What do you want to do? All right. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a great day. We got him. This is an awesome day, guys. And the M and the got him is Joe Biden. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you today? Good. You see the corruptions and the arrogance of power with these guys. How did he think he was going to explain away getting these deposits of money coming direct to him to his home address?
Well, yeah.
Is being drunk up?
He's been doing this his whole life, so he's fearless. And I imagine this is just one of many, of course, and they've just leaked this one to Comer's committee.
Any idea how much Bagram Air Base and the lithium deposits came to about? We're talking billions of...
It's an infinite amount of money that's greater than can be estimated because that's forever. That's forever stuff.
Not to mention the loss of lives over there, which is the most important thing.
Exactly.
Is this family got to be one of the most corrupt families in the history of this republic?
Yeah, that's right. He's Paul Barker is what, and Steve, you're talking about the New York Post. I don't know what the print edition is, but I'm looking online. The headline is it's a bad day for Trump. And this story that I'm sharing, I'm not even seeing on the website version of the New York Post. If it's there, I can't find it.
The headline of my New York Post reads, "Target on its back," subtitle on the front page, "Store leaving Harlem because liberal..."
That's their headline? Harlem? That's insane. Joe Biden has been busted taking bribes directly from Beijing while he's at home running from the basement for president. This is hardcore stuff, man. The New York Post. I mean, give me a break. Rupert Murdoch.
These publications and media stations are beyond belief, but the Newsmax has got to make a big thing of this today.
I hope they do.
Kelly will go to town on this tonight.
Yeah. Well, it'll be old news by then because I mean, this is a sad thing, but I feel like in many ways I've almost broken this story today.
Yeah. Once again, talk radio is the tip of the hour as far as getting these stories into the mainstream.
That's right.
It should be. This is really a very, very big story, and what are the piece of evidence do you need to get this guy?
You know, and you talk about what did he do for exchange? I gave many examples, but I saw today this story. Ford halts construction of China-linked $3.5 billion battery plant in Michigan. And by the way, the lithium in those batteries would be from the Afghan lithium that Biden gave. I didn't know that there was a $3.5 billion China plant in Michigan being built. You know, those are the kind of things that Joe did for this money.
Most of what's covered here in the New York Post is about Giuliani.
Oh, please.
Is being sued.
Oh my goodness.
For laptop.
Throw that in the garbage. That thing. Do you have any birds? Do you need to line a cage with or something? I mean, that's Steve. They
known as my show prep.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, well, the New York Post. I mean, that's journalistic malpractice. They're criminals. Are they getting money from China too? I don't know. I mean, my goodness.
How big is this a conspiracy against this great republic we live in? I mean, honestly, God, if they can't run with this story, what are they going to run?
And you know who's to blame for this? As much respect as Richard Nixon opening up China. Richard Nixon opened up China, and now we got all this.
Well, wasn't Kissinger the big advisor on?
Yeah, I wonder how he's done over the years.
He did real good, let me tell you. I think he's part of this global New World Order.
Yep. All right, take care. Appreciate the call. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Patty from New Jersey. How are you?
All right, what's up?
So, I think I saw John Solomon yesterday say a whole bunch of stuff that is making me think that what we're seeing today is only the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there's a whole bunch of stuff going to come out.
See what this is the tease to Joe. Step aside. This is just a sample of what we got on you.
Yep.
Who is
the they?
Being teased, yeah.
Biden. The deep state want Biden out. And they've given this small bribe. It's big to me. It's life-changing money to me. But this is hookers and no. The deep state want Biden out, and they have all this information on him, and they leak this out. You know, to try to coax him into stepping aside. This is one.
Remember, if you remember. Greg Kelly said a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
There was some big stuff coming.
That's right.
Solomon is saying that. I mean, he.
John. By the way, John Solomon is he the Clinton Cash author? John Solomon. Who is he? John. I can't remember who.
He's the gentleman from the Hill.
Oh yeah.
And he said that you know he knew for sure what it was that was coming out. He couldn't say anything, but he said.
Now listen. There will be a lot of. By the way, there's only one opening on our board right now. There'll be two when we go to break, and I let go of this nice lady. But there's going to be a lot of people who say today, this is not news. We've known this. Anyone who says that is a liar or fake MAGA. There's a difference between suspecting something and having evidence of something. Now we have bank records and wire transfers. We have hard evidence that you can put in front of a jury. Okay, anyone who says we knew this already, don't talk to that person anymore. They're fake MAGA. That's like Ron DeSantis talk.
Brian, the last thing I'm going to say is that what we are going to start to witness this week is a political exercise.
Yeah.
They are going to come down and start hammering this guy.
Yeah.
And the evidence is all going to come out.
It's called the snowball effect is what it's called. Listen, we're late, but I got to run. Okay, there's one opening on the board where I just let go of that nice caller. We'll be right back.
Morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning.
Oh, man. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best patio store in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach Patio.
Thank you, Coach Lamont.
Where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Accident 95 southbound at Lantana Road, off to the right shoulder as well. Reversing some more snow onto the West Palm Lake Road, and also Boca Raton area for 95. We have a multi-vehicle crash in Boca Raton along the Amato Road at North Dixie Highway, also on I-95 heading southbound after Palmetto Park Road. And a couple incidents now cleared. Southern Boulevard at West Parkway, Seminole Pratt Whitney Road just south of Persimmon Boulevard.
The call-in number is, I'll put it in the 888 465 2631.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room with PBKC features daily cash games, mega bad beat jackpots, big money tournaments, and
That's the call-in number.
20 minutes from 9 a.m. to midnight. And tournament players earn points towards winners, prizes, and big buy-ins. Visit our newly expanded casino table game area with Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum 7 days a week. For information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
It's Scott Shannon here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You're going to see your home right from the palm of your hand. And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer, 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050.
Brian Craig here, telling you about our 5th annual listener cruise. And you're all invited, except Liberal. Liberal, you're not invited, but the rest of you are. We leave April 27th. Off board the Celebrity Beyond, the flagship of celebrity cruises. We're going to
How exciting.
Bonaire and Aruba. We have shore excursions at every port, and I'll be on them all with you. We'll have dinner together every night, private cocktail parties, we'll go to Broadway shows together, and dance till the clubs close every night. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot and book your reservation at 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779.
Hey, this is Chico with Florida Cash Home Buyers. We're looking to buy more houses here in South Florida and would love to make you a no-obligation cash offer on your home. If you own a house, condo, or any other type of property and want to sell it quickly with no hassles, call me at 561-570-7070. We've been buying houses since 2011 and helped hundreds of homeowners sell their homes without the hassles and costs of listing with
The show has flown by. 27 minutes to go.
and have over 100 excellent online reviews from our happy sellers. Working with us, and so will you. Whether
homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. Tom Laporta will give you a free evaluation. Laporta Contracting was voted one of the best general contractor and best roofers in South Florida. He's honest, knowledgeable, and reliable. And will sell you a roof you don't need. If you have an insurance claim, call your insurance company immediately. Then call Tom Laporta. New laws are in effect that allow Tom to negotiate directly.
No farmers, no food. No, I've not seen that.
All repairs, so you don't necessarily need to employ a public adjuster or a lawyer. Tom can handle any type of roofing job too. Residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, laportacontracting.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no two people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need. Not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today. Now in the foot care aisle.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, I'm Brian Steve Kane here, and if you're just tuning in, we've got Joe Biden, we got the bribe evidence, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, you want to go back to the phone, Steve? They're very busy. All right, I'm doing the best I can on taking the calls in the order in which they were received, guys. So bear with me. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Paul Lakeworth. How you doing today?
All right, Lakeworth.
Good morning.
Hey, listen, good morning. You know what's really killing me is the fact the Democrats hate states. Just think how bad they have been with Biden in place, and they keep fighting to keep him in there. And just this idea that when Trump was in president, all I heard on MSNBC and CNN was that if this is true, if this is true, if this is true, now all they're saying is no proof, no proof, no proof. It's driving me crazy.
Well, this thing about the Biden getting this money directly from Beijing, we got the receipts here. And, I remember when Trump ran for president the first time, they wanted him out of the race because he rented space, office space, to a Chinese bank at Trump Tower. He's taking Chinese money in the rent. Give me a break. This is a direct bribe that there's strong evidence of that Joe Biden took directly to his home while he was running for president. That was not an accident that they sent it to where he was in the basement running.
And you know what they say, the biggest form of bias is what they don't report.
That's right.
Times is talking about, what's something going on in Harlem? It's ridiculous. This country's going in.
This story, I look through my New York Post too, Steve. This story I have today, I did not find it in the New York Post. Well, that's criminal.
It's astounding is what it is.
It's criminal. And the New York Post used to be like the gold standard for this stuff, and now they're just a Trump-hating thing. I
watched television. I had dinner last night at about 6:30. I watched television, talk going back and forth between Max and Fox all night.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't fall asleep till like 11 midnight.
Yeah.
It's none of this stuff.
Wow.
All their hooks are different.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And it just proves once again that the media and the Democrats hate America.
Well, that's why
traditionally a Democratic front.
No, it's Murdoch. It's Fox, New York Post, News Corp.
Yep.
But and Fox has this pathetic embarrassment of a debate tonight that's not even relevant, and they could use this story to make the debate interesting at least. By the way, President Trump, he's going to be in Michigan tonight opposite the debate speaking. So I'm sure it'll be on Newsmax and Right Side Broadcasting.
They were promoting it all last.
Great, yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't understand what DeSantis did good for Florida, but what a disappointment on the national stage. The guy just needs to go home, man.
He's got no story. He has no material.
He should have used, and then it was announced yesterday, DeSantis in November is going to do a live debate moderated by Sean Hannity on Fox News against Gavin Newsom. Who cares? Are you kidding? Steve, he's at right now in South Carolina, DeSantis is like at 8 or 9%. As
you step back from this whole thing, you get the feeling that it's not going to be long before there are going to be other Democratic contestants.
Well, but where's DeSantis going to be at the end of November? This debate is November 30th with Newsom. If he's no, I don't mean tonight. I'm talking about the. Oh no, I don't mean the one tonight. I'm talking November 30th. Sean Hannity is moderating a Fox News debate between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis. No, if he's at 8 points now, November 30th, after Thanksgiving. Well, yeah.
But Brian, what we're going to find out is California sucks. We already know that, so why waste your time?
Well, what I'm trying to, yeah.
Between those two.
A duel, Steve. It's no duel. First off, they're working in collusion with one another to try to elevate each other. So it's a racket they got going. And if DeSantis is at 8% now and it's not even September 30th, where's he going to be at November 30th? 2?
You're looking at the.
He'll be happy to get 2.
You're looking at the thing they're going to do in November is having. Although by then you don't know.
Yeah. Well, I do know one thing. Ron DeSantis will be irrelevant by November 30th. He's not hardly relevant now. So by November 30th.
This was Gavin's way of running in. Remember, he went to the White House when Joe was out and took all those pictures of him sitting in the Oval Office to make himself look president.
Exactly.
He's waiting for the deep state to take out Joe and he's not going to be the nomination. They're going to have somebody. Who do they put in? Newsom's going to take his greasy hair and slide right in.
Mm-hmm. That's right. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. Good caller, smart guy. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing? This is Maria from Florida.
Hey, Maria. How are you?
Hi, Brian. Hi, Steve. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing good. How about you, Maria?
I can't say I'm doing the best.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here.
Well, we're here for you. I mean, we talk to Democrats, too.
She's not a Democrat.
No. Oh, no, you just cursed me.
Then why aren't you doing good?
I'm doing good.
You have health issues?
But I'm good on that.
Some personal problems.
What I heard yesterday. I'm really upset what I heard yesterday because what I'm hearing from Letitia James in New York is that this judge just gave her, I don't know what kind of, I don't even understand what is that she gave, what the judge gave her, but it seems like they're trying to take away President Trump.
His business license. They're going to lose that. President Trump responded. Eric Trump responded. They're going to lose that. They're in a panic. They did something Letitia James did something very stupid yesterday. She's a corrupt cop. She's a corrupt cop. Did you see this? I don't know if you saw this, Steve, but there was a story this week. A police officer was having an affair, and the mistress threatened to expose his affair, so he had her committed, like Baker acted her. Did you see? Did you see this? That's kind of what Letitia James is trying to do to Trump. Okay, Trump is so high in the polls. He's coming back. He's going to be president again, and she's afraid that he's going to appoint a special counselor investigating her corruption against him in New York. Yeah, and these things they're doing now are very poor decisions that are being made in panic attack states because they fear going to jail.
Yeah, because that's what John Solomon, he said that when he brought up that about Joe Biden, that he did receive the money. He do have the ties to China, and he said it's more to come. And now they come out here, he said this judge was bought off to...
Wait a minute. Did John Solomon say the judge was bought off?
Yeah, he did say that.
He used those words? Did he use those words?
No, he didn't use the term that he was bought off, but he said it looks like it's a charade. Judge,
something's up. Listen, Maria, feel better. Hope whatever your issues are get worked out. But Trump's coming back in 2024. Hopefully that'll get you through the day. All right, we'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning.
All right, I've been waiting for this moment since I woke up this morning at 2 a.m., and that's the Morning Gold Report with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, today's going to be a great day.
A great day for a buying opportunity for everybody. The war on inflation begins or continues as oil continues to push higher, over $92 a barrel now. The offsetting part is the U.S. dollar continues to be very strong with the U.S. dollar index over 106 now. But that remaining to be said, the gold and the precious metals are holding pretty fast to the trading range we've been in for months now. And right now we're at the bottom of that trading range, giving us all a great buying opportunity. Gold yesterday losing $4.70, closing at $1,900.40. Silver lost 27 cents at $22.82. Platinum was down $7 at $902, and palladium was unchanged at $12.04. This morning we got gold down just under the $1,900 number. Like I said, right at the bottom of the ranges we've seen. $1,892 down $8.40. Silver down 2 cents at $22.80. Silver's been acting very well in this very boring trading ranges that we've been in. It's been showing some real strength again. Platinum down $2 at $900, and palladium down up $17 at $1,218. Markets are stable, but giving us that.
Yeah, gold, silver, and platinum today are great buys, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for gold to give us one of these chances. And gold, you said yesterday all the gold products are priced really good to buy right now. Whatever your favorite is to pick it up. Is that still true today, or is there something that you would? Yeah. And I wanted to talk about silver because we've been talking a lot about bars lately, which is a good deal. But you also people come in and buy silver coins and rounds by the tube. Can you tell people about that and what that means?
Sure, they're 1 ounce coins that are made by different governments, and we stock most all of them. We even have the Charles III now from the Royal Canadian Mint, or Royal British Mint, and then we have the 1 ounce rounds, which are on a great buy right now. So there's just really good values on these silver products that you don't see very often like this.
Yeah, and if you get them in the tube, you get a nice tube that are filled with the coins, and you can even get them sealed. Now listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. and today is one of those days where if you've been holding off buying, today's a great day to get back in on the buying game. Give him a call, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, williamyoungerman.com, or call him, stop by if you can at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, I know you're going to be busy today with these buyers at these prices. We'll finish out, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm all ready to go for the week already. Take care, William Youngerman. We'll be right back.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
Oh, man. I thought it was Thursday for a second. There's so much good news, Steve. I'm just so excited. I'm like ready to party. You can't party till the weekend because I don't have to get up as early on the weekends.
Great article in the Post that I don't have in my...
What was it about?
They're expecting riots in New York.
Oh.
Among the refugees.
Who's?
where I used to spend a lot of time when I was a kid.
Well, who's going to riot? The upset New Yorkers? The illegals got it made. $2,000 a month, room, board, daycare. What are they griping about?
But it's the answer to your question is that it's so crowded
Oh,
that the crowds are what's.
these are they too many people. The illegals are living in New York City. They're living in Manhattan. They were living in shacks before.
Square is not the greatest lifestyle.
Really? Would you rather sleep in Times Square or in the desert on your way to America to get here illegally? I don't know. I'd prefer Times Square than that. I don't know. They should please stop griping. You're in America. You're here illegally, and you're being taken care of. No, not you. No, not you. The illegals. The illegal. Oh my goodness. I saw a video this morning of an illegal woman with a child that she says is her own. They were crawling under the razor wire, and they had a cardboard box broken down over them, and it didn't protect them, and then they had to go back to Mexico. You know, I mean that's abuse.
That part of the story is not even happened yet.
Yeah.
Things start to get out of hand with the migrants. It's out of hand now in terms of the crowds and the press conditions.
Yeah.
But it's going to get nasty.
Well, let me tell you, the New Yorkers, they voted for the Democrats forever and ever and ever. This is what they voted for. So it's nice it's easy to be a sanctuary city when you're not doing it. You know, it's easy to have an open border when they're not coming to you. So now they're feeling what what they've been feeling in Texas for decades. Okay, all right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You're right about Trump, about Biden. They've tried to be nice to this guy and go to his face and say, look, you need to drop out, right? They've tried to be nice. This is them not being nice. After he flipped them off and told him, and by basically announcing he's running, right? That's giving them the bird, right?
He's a stubborn old coot. You knew that. This was all anticipatable. Don't you believe that?
Yeah.
I still think you're going to have to drag him out of his office kicking and screaming.
That's why I still think the impeachment removal from office by the Senate is a viable option.
Well, the thing about, this is one of the reasons I'm so excited today is because I know that this one bribe evidence we have is just a small little one, and he's not going to budge. He's still going to do what he's as fearless as Menendez. So that means more's going to come out, and more and more. Yeah. So that's why I'm excited. Now, by the way, Mike, I want to give people some behind the scenes stuff here with Mike from Louisiana, okay? And because I give Mike from Louisiana a hard time, and what I was giving him a hard time for is he's very chronic, but that's okay. He's a loyal listener, and we love our loyal listeners. And I know you have a lot of MyPillow products, Mike. So you're a good guy, and you always use the promo code Kane and all that. But I told you were a little too chronic, that you were calling too much at the same time. And here, which was true, right? And here you are calling at a much different time than you normally do. So I appreciate that. So you're not. That's not so chronic. That's a nice thing you did.
That is a nice thing, but again, I guess I've been so busy at that earlier time that I really couldn't get earlier time.
Yeah.
See if we can rearrange the schedule of the show.
Yeah, for you.
Might try.
No, that's I'm not all full of myself.
Yeah, well, there was a great call with you the other day, Steve. It was early on, and I think this was last week, and I go to the phone, it's Mike, and he didn't know I'd gone to him, and there was a woman yelling in the background. I said, what's going on? He said it was his mother. So I said, why is she screaming at you? And she wanted him to turn the air conditioning up. He had it down too low. It was a great call. It was I like that. All right, appreciate it, Mike. We'll talk again, I'm sure. You're on the air. What's your name?
To JJ from Mass. Good morning.
JJ.
Hey, gentlemen, I just want to doing good. Walked the dogs early, watching the show, and I just got to say that I mean every show you guys do is is pretty much a great show. But today, maybe it's just the subject, but I have to say today is kind of like Brian. It's like the mighty mega lion, except.
Yes. You know, I appreciate your compliments on the show. You know, this story that we're talking about with Biden with the bribe, you know, everyone should know about this. I should not be the first person you hear a story like this from. I'm glad you are, because we do break news here all the time. But to me, this is all these news people that want to be Woodward and Bernstein. There's Woodward and Bernstein stories almost every day with the sniffer in chief, the senile old coot Joe Biden, and they pass over them.
So this should be like a magnetic pulse into the areas of the low information voters, because you can't. I mean, when you have a wire from China, I said this last week,
directly from Beijing
to the address that home address, regardless of whose name the account was in. That's the address.
And slow down on that. Slow down on that. At this point, Joe was running from the basement. So in effect, if you want to be technical about it, this wire transfer from Beijing of $250,000, the address on it was Joe Biden's presidential campaign headquarters. In effect, right? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, everybody should be able to, I mean, see this as clear, as plain as it is. It's beyond simple to see. I mean, he's corrupt. They can't, they continue the lie. It's like the Salinsky
Yep.
Continue the lie, never give up the lie. And the criminals, they have honor amongst themselves until they get caught, and then they...
Well, and I'll tell you, I want to get this out before we... Did you, Steve, or you called, did you see Biden in Michigan with the picket line people?
Yeah.
Oh, total BS, okay? Now, of course, it's being widely reported he was there for 12 minutes, but I watched the speech. The guy standing next to him is the head of the UAW. The people behind him, they only had a handful of people. It wasn't even a crowd. They had to have union people that wouldn't yell at him and boo him. So they had a small number of people. They couldn't even, you could see the trees and the woods and the grass and the road behind him. But those people behind him, one of them was wearing slacks. The other ones were old. Those were not on the line workers that are on strike that were behind him. It was fake. It was fake. They put yes. They were not, yeah. But the numbers were so small, they had to get him there where he wouldn't get booed. So they only had about 8 to 12 people, and one of them was the head of the UAW that they could trust would not boo him.
Yeah, it's sort of like, when they had the 5 or 6 circles with lawn chairs. You can't have too many normal Americans anywhere around Joe Biden, because they're all extremely upset about gas being 250% higher.
That's right.
It's all adding up, and this should destroy a certain amount of them, or at least, like you were saying, Brian, we don't want to. If your idea of justice is these guys all being in prison, that's not going to happen.
No.
Maybe a few of them later if Trump gets in, but the most important thing is that we shine the light upon them, that people know who these guys are.
It seems to me the obvious point of contention is going to be, from this point on, is going to be a deal where Joe can avoid, and they're going to try to make him resign with that. And if he freaks out, I mean, he might just decide to go down with the ship and make a deal. It will really hit.
Yep. All right, well, listen, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. I think we got time for one more call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Cheryl from Coconut Creek.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Brian. President Trump will be on at 8 o'clock tonight. Newsmax.
Okay, in Michigan. And And I promise you, he'll have a full crowd of people not booing him, not a couple of people like Joe had yesterday.
Sounds great.
All right, take care. Although they may send some booers to him, to make a scene. That's okay. We don't need to control the boos. Joe Biden's trying to put the UAW out of work. He's trying to do away with combustion vehicles totally. That's what these, and the guy from the UAW should have told him that instead of sucking up to. Well, listen, we're all out of time for today, but we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day because President Trump's going to be speaking to the striking auto workers tonight during this pathetic excuse of a Fox News debate, and we'll be breaking that all down tomorrow. My name is Brian Craig. Steve Kane, of course, is here as well. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. And don't forget, if you ever miss a show or a part of a show, shame on you. But if you do, go to our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com. And every day at trueoldiesfla.com, the entire show is uploaded as a podcast and archived up there forever. You can hear your calls there, too. God bless America, and of course, God bless the greatest president America has ever had, Donald Trump. See you tomorrow morning.
WWNN Pompano Beach.
All right, guys. See you later.